Hello, Virgos. Welcome into your reading. This is a general reading for you. And I just want everybody to know that I do tarot readings specifically for self-growth purposes and also allowing yourself to bring consciousness and awareness to your situation that you could potentially be going through and any sort of advice that you might need to hear. But just remember, don't lose your power to tarot readings. Allow yourself to have full control and free will over your life to make the best choices for yourself in your current situation. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into your reading. What does Virgos need to hear right now? That is the question. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Temperance card. The Four of Swords. Nine of Swords. Two of Swords. Nine of Cups. And the King of Cups. All right. Energy. We have 3 nines on the table. What's the 9 that's missing? The 9 of Pentacles, which is all about like independence, freedom, being able to do the things that you need to do, reaching for higher standards for yourself, and working really hard and thoroughly for your future and what you want to bring to the table. So that is really interesting because I kind of feel like that's the goal. I feel like that's kind of the goal for you right now, Virgo, is that there's a lot of things that you are currently experiencing. There's a lot of good energies coming at you right now. And I feel like it's because that you are at a position where it's always been kind of go, go, go. And there's always been other influences around you that maybe have kept you protected or kind of kept you from seeing certain things. And I feel like you're in a position right now where there is a state of you kind of being paused or you kind of growing at a slower rate. And you're able to kind of see more things and be influenced by more things. And I think that's kind of what's happening right now is that Spirit wants you to be influenced by more things and more positive influences because it's kind of shaping you up. It's kind of taking away any sort of darker energies or any sort of energies that don't really suit well with you. Maybe it could be energies of heavy influence that you don't necessarily resonate with, and you're kind of calling back that energy. You're kind of calling back that energy that you gave away, that you've lost, that you no longer had control over. And I feel like you're accessing more control over that. You're allowing yourself to bring that control back. Yes, it could be a situation of nervousness, anxiety, not really feeling sure about things, and I feel like that's because you're trying new things. I feel like you're allowing yourself to try new things right now. And that's really exciting because it's allowing you to open up to your truest potential. Maybe it's opening up things about yourself that you've never really known were there, that have been kind of suppressed and hidden. And you're allowing more of your flair and your energy and your emotions to kind of waken up and alive for you to kind of imprint things on the world, right? Like you're kind of putting your own spin on things, or maybe you are able to access things that maybe you never felt free to be able to do before. I feel like there's a lot more of that freedom element right now going on with you, that you're okay with trying new things. You're okay with being able to put more emotions into things and also allowing yourself to be more kind of open-minded. I just feel like you're really open-minded right now, even though you are very cautious at the same time. You're absorbing a lot of new information. That new information might be kind of circulating in your brain a lot throughout the day and probably a lot throughout the night. And I feel like it's bringing a lot of awareness to you at the same time. You could potentially be getting a lot of dreams and downloads at this current time within your dreams that are raising questions, raising uncertainty, raising kind of like these synchronicities or like aha moments. You're like, oh wow, like that's what that has meant this whole time. And now I kind of understand. I just feel like there's a lot of rearranging of your mental space right now of what maybe you've believed before in the past to what you are currently potentially believing right now, maybe shifting points of views about certain topics and really coming alive to your own awareness and just resonance with yourself. I feel like you are becoming more of your own person right now than you probably ever have before in the past. I feel like you feel more like yourself, feel more in sync with yourself. And that's really opening yourself up to something more beautiful that you're bringing in, because it's like the more you are like yourself, the more you are able to attract the things that are good for you, that will add to you and make your life much more enjoyable for you. I just feel like you are lining up more with yourself, even though you still might be afraid to try these new things. I think it's a good thing for you. But let's see here. We have financial constraints. We have the thinking woman and the thinking man. So that's interesting to have two thinking counterparts. This could be that you are kind of fixated on two different things right now. I think there's part of you that is very philosophical. There's a part of you that is very entrepreneurial. And there's a side of you that is worried about the things that you don't have control over right now, which could be about finances. You might not have complete control over your own finances. You might not be in control over what's to come in the future, things like that. There's a lot of things that you have to consider in the things that you do. And it's not necessarily giving you that freedom aspect that you are hoping for, because I feel like you're kind of still under someone's thumb, or you're under your own sort of pressure. Maybe you are pressuring yourself, or you're thinking that you are pressured by something and you're really not. Let's just get some more clarification before I keep just spitting out words. We already know about the financial constraints. I understand your situation, that you're kind of worried about making moves, bigger moves for yourself. That's always going to be present. You know, like, are you going to be able to financially, like, satisfy yourself with, you know, what you have currently? You know, that's always going to be up for discussion. It's all about the risk you're willing to take. But I'm more curious about the thinking woman and the thinking man. Give me clarification on the thinking woman. Who is this thinking woman? We have the Chariot, the Justice card, and the Five of Swords. So this Five of Swords person is someone that's already dealt with some energy of backstabbing. And I think this backstabbing is because they allowed other people to kind of guide them in the way of a certain energy that wasn't what they truly called themselves to. This thinking woman could be reflective over the past. This thinking woman could be an energy of considering what other people have told you or taught you or done things in the past. And now you're recognizing that maybe if you didn't follow into what they were saying or the logic of the situation that they pointed out to you, that things could have turned out differently for you. And you can't really control the past. You can't really say, hey, like, let's go back in the past, let's time travel, let's change this, let's change that. The only thing that you can do right now is make sure that you don't make those same mistakes twice. Make sure that you are able to open yourself up to more of that freedom aspect, to potentially bring in the things that you can say that you do yourself now. Like, you can make those choices by yourself and have the freedom to say, hey, like, I want to try that. I want to do that. I'm going to do this tonight. I'm going to open myself up to these feelings. I'm going to rearrange how I view this and go after this, and whatever you want to do, like, it's all in accordance to you. And I feel like you are, like I said, opening yourself more up to that. But for some reason, you are in a reflective state over why your current emotions are the way that they are. And I think you're just super reflective over the past right now. But now it's time for the future. Now it's time for you to move towards the future and not allow past to kind of persuade you in a different way, or not allow the past mistakes to come up. Maybe you're in a situation right now where, you were in this position before, and maybe you made a mistake by listening to somebody else's influence. And now it's time for you to be able to go under your own influence to do the thing that is right for you this time. That could be that. There could be a synchronicity here. There can be a reunion to something that you could potentially have done before. So now you're realigning with that. Let's see what this thinking man is also talking about. What is this thinking man? I feel like this is talking about philosophical realignment. Got the Hermit card. Got the Fool. And then we've got Two of Cups. Yeah, so once again, I feel like this is an internal thinking, like thinking about the outside world, but how does it affect you? How do you view things? Like, this could go as far as political views. This could go as far as religious views. This could go as far as just the way you see things philosophically and the psychology on certain things that you are attached to from the past, and kind of synchronizing back in alignment with you about how you view things now, about how you want to view things now. And can you think freely for yourself? Can you do the right things for yourself? And engaging with new things that maybe you told yourself that you would never try because X, Y, and Z. And now you're ready to try these things. Maybe there was once a time before that you weren't like big on drugs. So like the mushrooms that you've heard other people use before for medical reasons, you're like, nah, I can't do that. That's just like all craziness. It's drugs. Maybe you're willing to try that out now. Maybe you're at a point where you're like, okay, maybe this could help me with my anxieties, or maybe this could help me with coping with something, or whatever reason that you might feel that way, and you're willing to try it now. Or maybe you were always under the impression of not socially drinking because you thought it was a bad influence, or you thought it looked bad. And now maybe you're deciding to go out with your friends and saying, hey, like, I want to join y'all this time and try something new. It doesn't have to go as deep as that. It could go deeper, or it could just be something that you're actively trying to pursue now, which could be something that gives you a lot more freedom, and it brings more alignment with yourself to really make you feel like you are who you are. You have your own sense of identity to this life that maybe you never had before. And now this life is going to be in control of your hands, and that you're going to be excited to pursue life because you are breaking away from the shell and feeling more alive with these energies. So I think that's the thinking man here. Is I think both of these are you, even though the financial constraints are kind of worrisome to you because it's not allowing you to really pursue your own thoughts. But I feel like this is going to end up working out for you depending on how brave you are, and becoming more brave over taking actions that you're unsure how the situation is going to turn out. But I feel like the more that you're synchronized with how you really feel and how you really want to pursue something, I feel like you're going to get the result that you need to receive. Okay? No matter the financial constraints. So let's see, what advice do we need to hear from Spirit for Virgo? We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Unknown card. And we have the Four of Pentacles. There's a lot of things that are changing from the past to something brand new. There's a lot of things that you're going to have to be brave over, and you're not going to have to think like too repetitively. I feel like there's going to be answers coming to you. There's going to be messages. There's going to be signs. There's going to be a lot of synchronicities that you're going to have to pay attention to and will help guide you along the way. But I feel like you're going to have to be brave as well. You're going to have to combat some things. You're going to have to combat some egos. You're going to have to cut off certain attachments, things like that. But not everything's going to remain the same. You can protect yourself from like things coming up, but I feel like things are changing internally with you. And there's going to be a lot of fogginess. There's going to be a lot of haziness with your path ahead because not everything is supposed to be known right now. There's a lot of things for you to discover. There's a lot of things for you to discover about why your past was the way your past was, and to grow into that and to heal that and to become better and stronger than you ever have before. I just feel like there's a lot of things that you can't really put your finger on right now. And those answers will come to you soon, but in the right timing for you, Virgos. Hopefully all this makes sense. I just think that there's a lot of things that you are going to be discovering very soon. And that's what I got for you. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. Hope this all makes sense and resonates with you. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to drop them down below in the comments. I'll be sure to respond. And with that being said, until the next reading I see you at, take care.